So this is where I'm at with my 55 Chevy. I got the front end together. This is all mock-up. It's gonna come all apart again. I bought a old air condenser with their hardline kit and the condenser mounted dryer. My radiator is, you know, some Chinese whatever it is, but it's not a stock, you know, it's meant to be in the stock location, but it's not exactly stock dimensions. So what I ended up having to do, because this is I had a battle with trying to figure out what was V8 position and inline 6 position, and finally gave up and didn't care. So I took this. I had to remount the radiator. I cut the original mounts off, and I had to remake them and make the dimension a little bit smaller so I could fit it in between here, because it was just brutal trying to get it in at first. And you know, I wanted to give it a little bit of clearance so it just drops in there relaxed. The old air condenser kit also came with the brackets to mount the condenser, and it was meant to fit on a stock radiator, and this is not exactly stock, so I had to make these really quick extensions to push the condenser out, give it a little bit of air gap, and it's not touching the radiator at all. So that's how I solved that problem. Over here on the other side, you can see here's the LS water pump, the inlet, and I moved the spigot over to this side, and you can see it. That's where I molded it all up. That's where it originally was. So as of now, I got a straight shot straight to the water pump. Now down there, that's going to be an issue because I'm really close to the compressor. Probably can't see it from here. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to cut the lower one off and put a 90-degree elbow, weld that on, and then I'll be able to run straight up and into here, and that'll take care of that problem. Next issue with the radiator is I'm going to have to build a shroud on the backside and put the electric fan, and already have an idea for that. The intake, you know, this is just there. Keep that there, but you know, the intake is going to have a 90-degree elbow that swings out in front of the alternator. This will be here. There'll be another 90-degree that comes out, and there'll be a filter on this side. Over here, I was trying to figure out where I was going to mount my transmission cooler. I haven't bought one yet. I have a few laying around, but I don't think I'm going to use those because they're a little too big. But I'm probably going to put a transmission cooler here with a puller fan, cut a hole in here, make a mesh so air can go through, and that'll be where my transmission cooler goes. Those are the bulkheads right there for the transmission lines. So I got them running from the transmission to that bulkhead. From here I'll do hard lines, and then some soft lines going up to the cooler that I plan on putting in. Down here on the compressor, I wanted to use the Suburban. This is from a 2002 Suburban, and I wanted to keep it as stock as possible. So if I ever had to buy anything, I just go in and say, hey, it's 2002 Suburban, this is what I need, you know, blah, blah, blah. The issue with that on the low mount compressor is probably the issue that everybody always has. You know, fitting it in between your frame rails or whatever. I had the same issue. I have a Corvette cradle here, and it looks like it's hitting, but it's not. There's plenty of clearance. There's the high side, and I did cut a hole in this just in case the engine rocked or anything like that. And these are weld-on fittings. I can't remember where I got them from, but I'm going to weld on a nipple going straight, and there'll be a hose attached to that, and that will hit the bulkhead that's not too far away. This one I'm going to swap out for your regular LS swap threaded ones. That'll go to the firewall, straight to the evaporator, whatever bulkhead I put there. But yeah, I was able to keep that, you know, all stock, which was exactly what I wanted. I'm thinking about mounting the ECU or the PCM or whatever the hell they call it for the LS controller, to put it right there on the firewall. Battery's going to be in the trunk. But oh yeah, on this side I finally mounted my CPP brake booster, and ran all the lines, or finished all the lines to down there. It won't focus. And then finished out my my fuel lines. So from there, there's another bulkhead. If I can get this to focus. There's a bulkhead down there, and I got these 3/8 hard lines that I made. This is the send, and it's going to a flex fuel sensor because I plan on running E85 as well. And then your soft lines going to the actual fuel oil. That top here is just the send, the return going back. So I've made a lot of progress. You know, my plan is to try to get this plumbed up and ran. And once I know everything's good and works, then I will start attacking the body again. And you know, that's where we're at. I did get a drive shaft made already. I went to Drive Shaft Pro in Gardena, and the guy was really knowledgeable there. I really would, if you live in this area, to go down there and have them spec you out a drive shaft, or you know, just bring your specs and they'll be able to build one. They did a really good job. So I'll just keep you posted on the updates. The other thing I'm gonna have to do is remake that hood brace. Somebody butchered Presley the fuck out of this thing. And it wasn't me. But since I moved the outlet from the radiator to the left-hand side, if you're facing the right side, if you're in the driver's position, I still need to make a cutout. So yeah, that's just evil.